All right, we're recording.
All right.
Three, two, one. Michael,
Devon,
what a fucking human being.
dude, they don't make them like that anymore. And
They certainly do not make it like that anymore.
no, and it's like embarrassing when don't get me wrong, like I love our fourth line, but like the fourth line on the New York Islanders would never be able to hang with guys like John. They wouldn't be able to hang with him.
Which is insane because John is 5'10".
Yeah.
He's our height basically, and he's fucking dude. The guy is an absolute animal. He's an animal. He's fucking just watching videos of this guy. Obviously, you knew him more than I did because he was in the area when you were in school and stuff. But just he fucking throw like I don't know how he still has an arm left because he was throwing punches like he was trying to launch his fucking entire arm through the guy's face. It was amazing.
You know what the craziest thing is? Like he fought Jeremy Yablonsky like a ton of times, and Jeremy Yablonsky looks like the goat or whatever they call him in Game of Thrones.
I'm kind of positive that they're like distant cousins.
No, yeah, they come from the same town. Him and
Oh, I got
Yablonsky,
it right here, and it's the internet, so you know everything's correct. Is a distant cousin of teammate Jeremy Yablonsky.
and they fought each other probably like 15 times, maybe even more than that.
Well, I mean, you get real dirty there because it's like that's family. So the two of you are gonna have to shake each other's hands at the end of it.
Yeah, but I don't know that it's just a different game. It really is. Like the game is not what it was 5 years ago, 10
No,
years ago.
certainly not. Even I mean, there's just an entire culture that I feel is at this point dead. So whenever you see or hear or talk to one of these guys that were, really living that life, playing that type of game, it's so cool to hear how proud they were of what they did and um even when he said he's like, yeah, I mean, just this is a different game. It's just not the way it was played when I was played, and kind of sucks. And I can see it more through his lens than I can. I like I said, I just feel like things are getting so political now, and it's so annoying. I just feel like you'd have a lot less of that if you had a lot more of those guys fucking sitting on the bench staring at you. You know?
Oh, absolutely. You know, you got what was that one game where Anders Lee got like taken out really, really bad, and Josh Bailey was the one that had to go and step in.
Well, somebody splattered their guy's fucking nose. It was blew up in the guy's visor, cracked his visor. I think
Yeah,
Mayfield didn't Mayfield throw down too that game? Yeah, that was against Detroit. I know for sure.
yeah. So like when you have to have other guys like that don't fill that role step in, that's when you just know that the game's completely different.
Yeah, I wouldn't say for better or for worse. I enjoy the product, but like you said, it's just when you're thinking strategically about how it's played nowadays, guys like that really like kept it true, like you said, and um,
And they were the locker room guys. Like you ask any Stanley Cup winning team, like who held the team together, like in that long stretch, and it's always those badass enforcers.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I'm just excited to have to kind of had this meeting now because now when we get back to him, he's got a wealth of stories being um, career AHL player and being hanging around doing he's there are some videos out there that he brought up on his own.
Yeah,
I,
I
I
actually have seen that one where he fought like a whole group of Russian guys outside of a bar one night, and like there was like 10 of them,
yeah.
and him and Yablonsky just like took out 10 dudes.
Yeah, listen, if you've got balls big enough to fight anybody in Russia, like on the street, you you are above the law in my eyes. Like you go ahead, you are a wild card because I don't. That's insane. But I mean, dude's got stories. He was like ready to get into it, and I'm like, all right, now that we know, we're going for it. So I mean, he's for sure going to be a recurring guest. Um,
And it's cool to see that his son's, making progress. Like, playing in a boarding school. Like, to get in those boarding schools is super tough these days.
oh yeah, absolutely. And it was cool. He sounded real proud of it. He didn't sound like one of those helicopter parents. You know what I mean? He sounded like he wants. I don't know. I got the kind of vibe where he's like, I'm super duper proud of him, and he's gonna do it the right way on it, and figure it all out. And that's awesome. Where he wasn't kind of pushing an agenda on any of this as some parents can. He sounded like he was proud and supportive, and he's gonna let him figure it out, find his way.
Yeah, it's good shit, man. It was kind of surreal that he came on because, you know, going to those games in Syracuse and watching him throw down was just, the highlight and what really got me hooked to the AHL. And even the AHL is different. I'm not going to lie, like the AHL is not like it was when he was playing.
No. If you could think about what the NHL looked like when he was playing, dial up the AHL, you know what I mean? With
Yeah,
with
absolutely.
the primetime fights and the lead ups and the setups and everything. It was definitely an entire thing. I mean, there's an entire, like I said, there's an entire culture was invented where he said, there's definitely a form of entertainment for fans. They pay money. They want to see a fight at a hockey game, especially people. The hardcore maniacs are going to HL games. They want to see that type of violence and stuff. But it's more than that. Kind of that era to me, where I think people take obviously people watch wrestling very intently. And, to me, that's like entertainment. Fighting is real. There are people that maybe, like I watch hockey games, but I'm a fan of the enforcers. Like I'm here to see the title fight. You know what I mean? And how and how they approach each other and all that. It was a game inside of a game. So
100%.
yeah.
And some of those guys, like, you just knew that they were going to go. Whenever the Crunch had to play Wilkes-Barre Penguins, you knew that he was going to fight Paul Bissonnette.
Yeah, well, that's insane too, because Biz is huge. Yeah. I'm definitely going to ask him about that next time we talk to him, and especially somebody who's pretty prominent in the media right now. I wonder if he holds any. Dude, there's a video of somebody that's like, oh, somebody KOs John Mriasty, like I watched it. Like this dude had to like jump him. It was a dirty punch. It was a dirty, and this guy's trying to pass it off like it was a clean hit. Like it took this guy forever to put John on his back, and that's just because he came from behind and threw a dirty punch. Like I wonder if how much bad blood he holds still to this day. I mean, you get past it; it's a game. But if you saw that guy on the street, I would. I don't care how old I would. I'd fucking haul off and catch him across the fucking nostrils.
Yeah, I'm sure he does still hold a little bit of a grudge, or at the same time, they all those guys have such huge respect for each other too. Like there's the code.
Oh yeah.
And it's just the glory days,
Yeah.
It was.
I'm never gonna give up my spite towards Ty Domi.
No, and now his son is in the league, so you could just carry your hatred to him.
Absolutely. So, Michael, let's leave the John Mriasty talk for the next time we speak to him. Dude's awesome. He's a cowboy.
Yeah. Like a legit Canadian cowboy.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Huge. And what does Isles CLT have planned for the summer? What does Isles meetups have planned? Do we have anything? Do we know? Is it too early to tell?
Well, I don't know if you saw the news last night, but the Charlotte Checkers are actually in the Calder Cup Finals. They won a double overtime game last night, so I think I might talk with my ticket rep and try to get like a summer Isles meetup kind of gathering at a Charlotte Checkers game.
Really? Even if Sound Tigers are on? I guess you try. I guess that would. I don't know.
Just craving a little hockey, support the hometown team. Like,
I saw a social media post like, "Oh, look at the new Southern state of hockey."
Oh yeah, and there was like all those empty seats.
And I wanted to write back and be like, "Look at these bandwagon bitches! Like, the only time it's ever this crowded is when the Sound Tigers are in town. Like, give me a break. How come there's no love there?"
And you know what the sad thing is? Like, I got an email on Friday from the Charlotte Checkers inviting all CMS teachers to the game for free. So a lot of those tickets that like were actually, filled in that game were just free tickets that were given to teachers.
I'm not gonna talk shit. Like, AHL hockey, you just gotta get people in there for, for support, which is fine. Whatever, go for it. If you buy a $3 hot dog, they made your money off you.
But it is also the same weekend of the big NASCAR race in Charlotte that they were competing against.
Oh, that's got to have something.
The Coca-Cola, whatever.
I'm a Pepsi
600, 6,000, 5,000?
I don't. They 5,000 laps?
I don't know, dude.
That seems like an eternity, 5,000 laps.
You're asking the wrong person. It's probably 500.
I would assume 5,000 seems like 10 too many.
Yeah.
Unless it's kilometers. Does that work that way?
What is it?
Unless it's kilometers? Is it 5,000 kilometers?
No, it's got to be way more than that.
They would. I don't know how that. One, math. Two, not American math. So why would they even go that way anyway? It's a preposterous thought. So I got my diabolical plans in the works. I've recently had a bit of inspiration, and now I know what I'm going to try and work towards next year.
I think we need a nasty mriasty shirt.
Nasty mriasty, dude. Guy's he's a fan favorite at this point.
Amen.
He's one of the. If we were to have a statue built for Bar Down Breakdown, it would be John mriasty with his badass mohawk and his insane crazy guy smile, which is awesome.
As he was telling that story, I was just like, yeah, and there would be poop in my pants.
Oh, big time! The poop and pants meter would be through the roof.
Yeah, my pants wouldn't be able to hold any more poop.
You are certainly not a fighter.
No, never. Nope.
If we had a team where I don't know, I think I'd put you as like. I don't know. I don't want
John Sim.
No, I don't know. Would I put you at like I don't know, like backup goalie?
I would love that.
You would love that.
Yeah, dude.
Get to sit on the bench
and just wear a sweet snapback
and just watch the fuck out of a hockey game.
Yep.
I wouldn't put you not backup. You'd be emergent. Like you could be the Islanders' backup goalie in North Carolina if there's a problem.
How do I do that? Is there like an application to fill out? Because every building needs one, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think you have to have one for every building.
We should look into that process and just like find like a city that has no hockey players, like Florida, like the Florida Panthers, and be like the emergency backup goalie for that team.
I know this isn't hockey, but when I went to University of Tennessee to watch a football game, and the morning before we were like pre-gaming, at a party at somebody's house, and this dude was telling us how he was a freshman and he's like on the football team, but he didn't make the roster for the day because there's the two guys ahead of him. And then later on, I looked down on the field and saw him on the field after I'd been like ripping Jack Daniels with him at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, what the fuck? And we later came to find out that like the one guy got arrested the night before, and the other guy like pulled a hamstring during the warm up, so they had to call him, and he had to like shower and like brush his teeth and get to the place just to like pad up the play. So
Are you sure that wasn't Blue Mountain State?
no, this for sure happened.
You ever see that show, Blue Mountain State? No.
Yes, I have.
Oh.
I am currently thinking to myself now, should I have told that story? But all news is good news. So if ESPN has to credit the podcast,
Was that Peyton Manning?
no, it definitely wasn't Peyton Manning. Could you imagine?
Do you see all those videos of like the Green Bay Packers when they were going to Milwaukee Bucks games and just like crushing beers on the Jumbotron?
Like David Bakhtiari and Christian Yelich. Like
and then Aaron Rodgers chugged a beer like I would chug a beer.
Stinks. He's so bad at chugging beers.
That was bad. And then I saw Matt Stafford come back and posted his own like response to it, and Matt Stafford, like a boss, pounded it in like a second.
This is the world I want to live in, Mike. You've seen me chug beers.
I know. I just want to see all NFL quarterbacks just like post their own video.
We didn't even talk about this. I fucking smoked you in the end of the season shotgun.
Yeah, you can't shotgun kombucha.
You absolutely can.
The bubble content is way higher than beer.
Oh. Are you saying that kombucha is more carbonated than beer?
I think it is.
Sir, I'll break out my home viscosity test and we'll fucking check that out. We'll get to the bottom of that. If you don't think I'm allowing that in on this podcast.
And first of all, you shotgunned and I had a chug.
I alphaed you is what we did.
You did. It was impressive. And that was after probably drinking 20 beers.
Probably around there. All right. Well, let's not get too into how ridiculous the last game of the season was. All the background stuff that nobody else needs to know about. Let's just end the podcast here. It's Memorial Day. I got to go eat some hamburgers. Real meat. None of that black bean bullshit. And Mikey's got ups to meet. So, Michael, leave us with something good.
All right, man. Everyone go check out the new Broadside songs. They're fantastic. Grayscale put out a banger. It's a solid song. And just have a good week. Peace be with you.
And also with you.